pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Let's do this first. Let's call the meeting to order. We do have to post in accordance with Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code as amended, known as Texas Open Meetings Act. Any members of the public who wish to speak shall have 3 minutes. All right, not at this time. Then we have a request to go to number 18.
Yes, ma'am.
To consider and approve the Wilderness Phase 1 final plat of lot 84A, 1.748 acres, in abstract 603.
I'll make a motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, aye. Any opposed? None. Slide back. And then I'll take it over to
Thank y'all.
anything else that we need to take up? Irving? No? All right. If not, we'll go to item number 1, which is to approve the minutes of July 2nd, regular meeting on July 8th, special meeting.
Make a motion to approve the minutes July 2nd, July 8th.
Second.
All in favor, aye? Any opposed? None, motion carries. Item number 2 is budget transfers and amendments.
Motion to approve the budget transfers and amendments.
Second.
All in favor, aye? Any opposed? Number 3 is to approve and pay the bills.
pay all this.
I second.
All in favor, aye? Any opposed? None, motion carried. Item number 4 is to approve payroll.
Well, I make a motion to approve payroll.
Second.
All in favor, aye? Motion carried.
Passed it around.
I did. Thank you. Item number 5 is reports. We have a report from the tax office, and this is for the annual report for collections from July 1st of 2024 through June the 30th of 2025. If you would like to look at this. With the current and the delinquent, the total for that period of time is $11,729,452.
The delinquents, they're up. That number seems high compared to what I remember last year.
I'd have to look, I couldn't tell you, but
Yeah, I was thinking it was in the 400 or something last year. I don't know, I just.
it,
And I
it's
know
kind of follows
it
the
varies.
economy. As the economy's difficult for people, it's harder for them to pay the taxes, so that would stand to reason.
Yeah, it is. We also have a report for June from the tax office. District clerk for June. County clerk for June. JP1 for June. JP3 for June. And senior services. All right, do we have any other reports that anyone would like to give?
Motion to approve the report.
Did you want to say anything about a report, Sheriff?
We're full.
Update?
We are full, and at this time, I'm still looking for other places to go. Because where we've had, we've been rotating people around, and we're good for a couple days, and then all of a sudden we're full again. And so, I have a feeling this is just gonna be a regular thing for us, trying to find housing.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Two reports, unfunded
Oh,
liability.
yes, I have them here, I just did put them in a different slot. We do have one from the treasurer's office for April through June on the benefits, and then an unfunded liability quarterly report for the quarter ending July the 5th. It has sick time, vacation time, comp time, and holiday time. That is the unfunded amount that is still there. Do y'all have a copy of that also? We'll be looking at that in just a little bit, okay, and then I'll pass those over to you in a few minutes. Okay. All right. Do we have a motion to accept the reports?
Make a motion.
Second.
Have they come in to get a form? Have they already filled it out? Do I need to look at it, do you think?
Yes.
Okay, all right. All right, I'll be right there. Thank you. All right, item number 6 is burn ban.
No action.
No action. Item number 7. I have one, number 2461, Pinnacle Gas Treating. For a pipeline crossing and then for a road use agreement, is that correct?
Yes, should we have a different number for each one? Still the same?
We certainly can. Make the pipeline 2462. If we sorted, both of them would pop up in the same spot, but it wouldn't hurt to have them. All right, any discussion on that?
Yes, on bond, Jay, I know we talked about the pipeline crossing. I didn't realize we were gonna have the road use agreement for the 15.27 miles on the county road, 300, 340, 350, 360, and 372.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna request that we do a $1 million bond.
Okay.
On those, just knowing that, the size of the culverts on County Road 300, the bridge on County Road 340, 350 is no issue, 360 is, big culverts.
Okay.
And 372, but a $1 million bond suits your company, that I think that would be good.
Okay.
And I'll put that where it says I agrees to post a surety bond in the amount of $1 million. And are we going to approve this subject to receiving the bond?
I make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, aye? Any opposed?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And is that for the special agreement for pipeline crossing also?
Yeah, we previously discussed that. That road is included on the road use agreement, and I was not going to require that. 372 is the road that we're looking at going back private. So it is a pasture right now, basically, and I told them they didn't have to bore that road, they could cut it back to us.
So we don't need this.
Well, I think we do, we're not putting an additional bond on it.
Will this bond cover both permit numbers?
Yes. That road is on both of them, but they're two different agreements, so I don't keep them.
Did you include that in your motion?
The motion is to approve the pipeline crossing agreement and the road use
And the road
agreement,
use agreement.
contingent on a $1 million bond to cover both agreements.
All right.
You want me to sign or you want me to send it to her?
All right. Item number 8 is to approve bonds and education certificates. We have one for Sherry Austin on cybersecurity awareness training. Do I have a motion to accept that?
I make a motion.
Second.
Second. All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 9 is to approve the renewal of a Lexus legal research contract for the county attorney's office. And would you like to talk to them about that?
Yes.
I need to step out for just a
Yes,
moment.
ma'am, it's, won't take super long time, but pretty standard. LexisNexis is our legal research. So with this contract renews it for 3 years. It goes up by a percentage each year, so it's $304 a month first year, $320, and then $336. I think that's pretty close to what it was before. Obviously, like anything else, it's gone up. I'm not telling you to stay the same. But again, I think that's pretty good pricing and pretty standard pricing for having access to that legal research database.
So all you're doing is just asking for approval for renewal?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we've had LexisNexis forever, pre me, and so yeah, just a renewal of that for the next 3 years to the pricing. And so 3 years from now, I'll come back to you with another contract.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Is your pinnacle guy still here? Okay, because, I could get, he'll probably just stop by the office to get the copies.
that he has explained that thoroughly to you. Do we have a motion?
Make that motion.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 10 is to discuss PTO. I think you have some information probably behind number 10. We did get some information from some other counties that do use PTO. I think there's one that's in here that Mandy had gotten and Karen had gotten. They say it's working well for them, and it's much easier since you only have one time off policy to track. So is that what you think also, that it'd be much easier to track it?
Yeah, especially for the sheriff's department, since they accrue so many hours, it'd be easier to delegate some hours around for PTO. I did print off their example of a policy. I don't know if I gave you a copy of it or not.
Yes, that's attached to this, yes. Of course, these are just examples. And this would be if we were to be putting sick leave, vacation.
This go replace sick leave, vacation, and holiday, or holiday separate?
Holidays would be separate, but we might consider if we wanted to roll some of those holidays into the sick pay time and not, rather than taking President's Day, not take that, and then just roll that into the PTO time so they could take it whenever they wanted to, rather than it being it's a little complicated. And it's
6
probably-
months, they employed 6 months before any, I don't really like that. Before they qualify.
And it doesn't have to be 6 months. This is just an example from another
Yeah,
county.
that's what I'm just saying, my opinion, I mean, I don't like it.
Well, and we have that right now, that you don't earn, I think we have the policy, is it up here?
What is it now?
Well, it's 30 days until you can start accruing.
Well, you have to be employed a 30-day, full 30 days before you can have insurance. But now, sick time,
You accrue, I thought we had to accrue 8 hours the first 30 days, when we changed that here a while back. They're right, Clyde, so, because it was 6 or
Was 6.
something where somebody wouldn't even have a full day,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
You'll be home 62 hours, you come in and work. Make a lot of sense.
Do we have those
here's the, you looking for the,
policies?
here it is, the handbook.
Policy up here.
Is it the handbook?
Handbook, yes. It is, but the new time is not in the, has not been changed.
I have the county policy, but yeah, it's being revised right now to what's correct.
Yeah, it was 6 months.
Correct.
But I think that the biggest hurdle is going to be deciding if we want to do that, how much we would allocate each month that would cover the sick time, the vacation time, and considering the holiday part that we might roll into it.
What about the way that where people accrue their vacation time right now based on years of service?
You see, this,
So we would have to
this-
categorize
This one was, they had it laid out real neatly, but they did it, if it's under 1 year, you get a certain amount, 1 to 4 years, 5 to 9, 10 to 14, and over 15. So we certainly can, because we do have vacations set up that way, you know, depending on how long you've been employed. You get a different amount each year. We can make that a part of it too.
The only concern me is doing PTO, you know, right now it's designated sick time. And people aren't, generally don't use that. And then they got vacation time. So this is basically going to give them more vacation time. Right?
But when they're out, they're out. And if they have to take off sick and they couldn't budget their own time, then the pay's gonna get back.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is,
Well,
because we all have, sick time, we go in the sick pool, anything over to help somebody out. I just feel like you're gonna lose, my guys don't hardly take off, they're gonna be sick. Or, they got doctor's appointment. And they don't, but this is gonna open it up, give them 6 weeks of time. It's a little freer to, they're not gonna have to be sick. I don't like that.
well, but what, I think the way they compensate for that is you're not adding in the whole 6 hours a month that's accrued. You're putting less hours in there
Yeah.
because they don't take it, and so if you put less hours in there, then they will feel like they can take it and be telling the truth about taking it, not the sick leave part. That's what the discussion was, or has been,
How about, how are we going to incorporate the hours that they've already accrued? Somebody's got a bunch of hours now. How are we going to do that?
We'll have to decide that.
They're not going to, they're surely, hopefully they're not going to lose it. I mean, they've already gained it. They're not putting money in the bank and somebody says, well, we're taking it out. I don't think we can do that.
Well, there's going to be numerous things that we're going to have to really think through. We're not going to just make a quick decision today, but something that might be more manageable for the sheriff's department if we could,
Yeah, because I'm still under the presumption that we should pay more and have them at work than to pay them to be off. So, but I come from old school where I didn't get too many days off, so.
When we looked at it, it was like a total of like 47 or 48 maximum you could accrue throughout a fiscal year, and that's not including holiday time or admin. It's just accrual hours.
We're essentially giving them 2 months off a year. That's what we're giving them. Tough in my office.
but not everybody takes all of their sick time, though.
That's my deal.
So if we could roll part of that into the PTO, it would not be beneficial to both the county taxpayers and to the person too. If you, on sick time, if you accrue for the year 72 hours, and then you change that into about 8 days, well, if you didn't take those 8 days, because you haven't worked sick, but if you had, instead of the 8 days sick time, if you had 2 days PTO, they might take that, and that would benefit everybody. I'm just putting options out there to think about.
It would benefit the unfunded liability.
It would do that too, sure would.
Wouldn't have Jeremy done it,
Sure
it's just
would.
somebody else taking off.
The only way you're gonna help me is I need people at work.
people that have it, have used it, and think about, I mean, it's a very important
I
thing.
mean, it's, you look at it, like you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah.
I do think the PTO is a better way to go. I do think that, but over in the store.
Manny Fisher County's the only one you.
That's the only one.
Responded back.
Yeah, Hill
They
County
responded.
responded back, and then Fisher County was the one with the
Yeah,
example,
sent it, yeah.
yeah, so. But I can probably try to get some more responses.
Might be good to have some office holders, elected officials to give their ideas too. You know, when they allow the employees to have to say what we do.
They may want to do a little research and think about it too before we get an opinion from some of y'all.
Yeah, I don't really, I can't see clearly enough the negative or positive either way.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't really, I don't have much of an opinion on this.
What?
I can't tell whether this is good or bad, Andy. I can't, and a year from now, we can come back and say this is a dumb idea.
Yeah.
Or we can come back and say this is the greatest idea. Brian Evans doesn't know. So, good luck. You're welcome.
I just know when I go to Dan Ross's office, I catch the heat down there, because I always go in there and tell them something. And you know about what goes on, those ladies are always on top of what we do and what we don't do. And they say the commissioners, so we say the office holders, the elected officials have some input into it, as their employees, that they,
Yeah.
majority wins.
Takes a little heat off.
That's right. Take the heat off of
Oh, I
here.
think that's a great idea, take the heat off of us, yes, perfect.
Well,
Okay.
I think it's already been brought up, but one of the problems I do see with it is when you do give someone just PTO, they do look at it as vacation.
That's my deal.
And depending on what rolls over is, or what's allowed to roll over, they're gonna wanna use it. And nobody really expects to get sick. You know, I don't think I'm gonna be sick next year, but you don't know. And what you'll never have again as an employee is hundreds, well, maybe up to a couple hundred sick hours built up. So if you get a catastrophic illness or a wreck or something like that, I've spent a month on my back in the hospital, you know. Didn't know the day before that was gonna happen. So you won't have that. You'll, you know, that'll be
Yes,
gone
yeah,
with the PTO.
I was thinking the same
So
thing.
I don't know, unless there's some other pool out there you could draw from, you just kind of be stuck. So that's just things that, you know, to think
It goes
about.
back to self-discipline though.
It does.
You can't manage your own PTO time.
Yeah, but what unforeseen, we're talking about unforeseen illness. You know,
Still.
if you have time built up to take care of that.
Well, and you
I mean,
can,
you
you
can't
know, we
predict when
can
you
keep accruing the PTO time too. You know, to, up to whatever amount is decided.
I'm just scared it's gonna be utilized, just like, I mean, looked at it.
The temptation would be there, I think,
I think so.
to use it for a vacation.
I know that we haven't used any of our sick leave full-time in over a year either, you know, so. Just, we haven't been a sick county
Yeah,
to need it.
but you never know.
And I think we, between, or with sick time, we talk about 240, is that what we talk about?
That's right.
So between sick time and vacation, most of the time you're at 480. 480 hours. Good Lord, if you're using more than that, you got something bad wrong. I mean,
Well, and we do have, you know, the pool,
Yeah,
if it is a catastrophic
right.
illness.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, we
And
do.
the reason the pool is there, people save their time, and then they do that, they donate the time to the sick leave pool so that they can help other employees that actually have problems.
Yeah.
And how much do you have to donate, or how much can you donate, do you know? Is there a minimum and a maximum?
Off the top of my head, I can't remember, but I think it starts at 12.
And if we were doing it a different way, if we were doing the PTO, we might have to amend the sick leave pool to say so many hours will be available for employees that have a, rather than contributing to it, because we wouldn't specifically be having that separated that we could contribute to the sick leave pool, but we could set up keep the sick leave pool and just have it managed a little bit differently.
I think the policy says if you don't put some time in the sick leave pool, you're not eligible to receive sick
It
leave
does,
pool time.
that's true. All right, I think we probably need to table this to a next one and have everybody to think about what our situation is and what we might want to do, if anything, if you'll do that, Tim. I know it can be a help, but it's hard to address everything that could happen because there's so many options that there might be. All right, do we want to table this to the next one, or do we want to wait until the, what is this? Wait till the August meeting? Or just leave it off until we put it on again?
That's it.
No action. No action. Is it no action?
No way.
No action. Okay. Item number 11 is the presentation for the Air Med Care. And you'd like to address us on that? We still are in budget and don't know exactly what we're going to do, but we'll surely be glad to hear what you have to say this morning.
Okay, I thank you guys for having me. Last time I was here, I left you guys packets to go over. So everything, the rates are in that. Do you know how many employees you guys have? I can't remember right off the top of my head.
It's around 120 to 150.
Okay, so anything over 150 is going to be $70 a year, and that's going to be per employee per household. And if it's less than that, it's $75 a year, and that would be the same thing per employee per household. And we had already discussed what we do. We have our ambulance, our air ambulance sits here in Fairfield, so you have access to that. Was there any questions you guys had for me that you guys can think of?
Not have any.
I think the main thing is having that number so that we can calculate it and look at it in the budget. You might want to explain the difference between what we have now and
Okay.
what y'all provide.
You guys are with MASA, okay? We are the air transport. We are going to be the ones to transport you. We are the ones that sit here. We are also going to be the ones that come in and do classes for your firemen, for your paramedics. And this is Katie. Katie Ryan. She is our new membership sales manager for your area. Her husband, Blake Ryan, is our paramedic and nurse at the base. He is the one that comes and does the trainings. He does stop the bleed classes. He does landing zone classes. He goes and does them at daycares. He does it at schools. Anywhere they need educated, he's the one that does that. So we offer that as well. We are going to be your air ambulance, so anytime you have a major, from a scene, from a hospital to hospital, that's where this is going to take in effect, okay? We also offer Fly You Home and AMI, and we can go over that. That's an add-on, that's a non-emergent that we can add to that. Your emergent is unlimited. You have, didn't matter how many times you're flown, it's covered 100%. You do not have to get pre-authorization. You get flown, Where you got an emergency out here on the highway, we're not gonna demand that you be pre-authorized. Massa does that, but we don't. Massa has 2 flights a year, we don't, it's unlimited. The only thing that you would have a limit is your non-emergent, which is your fly you home and your AMI, you get 2 of those a year per household. I think one of our members that's been flown the most, I think, is 13 times. No out of pocket. So what this membership's gonna do, it's gonna waive your deductible, it's gonna waive your copay. Even if you are flown and they deem it not an emergency, it's still gonna be 0 if you're a member. Also, your membership with us, if you or anyone in your household needs an organ transplant, that's part of your membership as well. You would get on that national list, but also contact our company, get on our list, and when that organ's available, if we're able to fly you, we'll get you to that organ. That's per household. So, but we are the ones putting our lives on the line to save one. We're the ones that have the helicopter, not Massa. They can't put anybody in the air, it's us.
So it doesn't include ambulance though, right?
No, it does not. No, it's air only. But your air is where your most expense is. And then, of course, Massa's an insurance company, so if your insurance denies, they're going to deny. That's what happens most of the time. We will not deny you. You fly with us, you are guaranteed no out-of-pocket expense. Guaranteed it.
And the policy we have with Massa right now is just the employee only. It doesn't take in the family, does it?
Covers the
But does it cover everyone in their household? Massa usually covers immediate family. We'll cover anybody. I don't care if it's foster kids that live in your home. They're covered. If the neighbor's house burned down, you move them in. You put them on the policy. If they're under your roof, they're covered. That's how we work. It's per household. And then ours is going to be ours is not as expensive. If you have over 150, it is $70 a year. And then if you do a multi-year, it's even cheaper. And I can show you how to save that as well. But we just need to narrow down exactly how many employees that are on payroll. And then I can give you the exact figure. The 120? Okay, so then it'd be 75 a year. Then you can do that 3-year, and it's 195. The 5 years, 295, and that 10 years, 585. So the longer you go, the cheaper it is. And if you did a census plan, and that's what I would recommend, because I believe the county pays for the Massa, right, for the employees. Okay, so if you do that, I would do a multi-year, and I would do a census, and the county would own those slots. It's a spreadsheet. And what that does is, as employees come and go, they fall off and on. You put who you want on that. So if the employee leaves, they come off, your new employee comes on, and they're covered. And a multi-year is cheaper. A lot of our banks, a lot of the fire departments, a lot of those do multi-years, and cities do as well.
Hey, ma'am, do you know how many landing zones there are in Freestone County? And what I mean by that is where does the ambulance come to and where do they pick them up? Do you know how many of those are in Freestone County?
Landing zones. A landing zone is where we go in and train you. You mean where they take you?
Okay, let's say an ambulance picks you up somewhere and they carry you somewhere and then you land there. I'm not talking about on the side of the road or in the. Where do they, like a helipad or whatever? You know?
Well, that's going to be operations. I don't know that. That would be Teresa, and I can find that out and ask.
I think I know, but
Yeah, I'm not 100% positive.
I thought since you were a representative, I thought y'all would probably be something else.
I am filling in until we hire someone. My territory is
Okay.
not here. I'm just filling in, but I don't know that
Okay.
to be exact,
Yes, ma'am.
but I can find out.
Yep.
Okay?
And so if one of your aircrafts is not available, then it is not covered, is that correct?
Well, we have other ones that back up. You have MedTrans that's just down the road in Centerville, that is us as well. Even though it doesn't say air evac, it's MedTrans, it's still us. So there's other units that back up. That's how that works.
But the one out of Corsicana, is that different?
It's PHI.
Yeah, that's PHI.
in budget.
Okay. You guys just let me know.
Thank you.
Okay, thank y'all.
You did good though.
Item number 12 is the training reimbursement. We have gotten a couple of, or at least one, agreement. We need to get the sheriff's though. Have you gotten the sheriff's on the, training reimbursement?
It was in the, yes, it was one in the policy. Judge, it was the one in the handbook,
It's just the,
in the county handbook, in the county policy handbook.
I thought you said you had a different policy.
That's the one we were using. She pointed it out to me. I thought we had it, yeah, I thought it was separate, but it's not.
Okay. Let's come back to that. We're gonna look at to get a few things, if that will be all right. Let's go to item number 13, background checks to election workers. I believe we can do that. And I think we need a policy by the county that states that any election judge or poll worker will be required to take a background check. And if we do that policy, if the county does that policy, then we can have that enforced, is what we read. Is that what you read? Still don't know where we're gonna get it, what company we're gonna use or whatever, but if we have a policy, we can do that, do background checks for election. Is that a motion?
Second.
No, not. I don't know how you do this. It's at our discretion who gets background checked, or you can't do that.
Everybody.
Okay. I just trying to save money.
Can't discriminate.
I understand.
We'd be checking you today.
This says, after conducting the background check, you will need to decide whether to hire someone if they have a criminal record.
Whether or not what?
To hire someone if they have a criminal record. And who doesn't hire and fire?
Well, we'll need to put that in our policy. It says, it does say in the election code that, the appointment is actually by Commissioner's Court. If we can get a list of who our workers are, we approve those subject to that background check. Yeah.
And it'd be our discretion in case it's,
Well, that's-
depending on what it said, what the background check says.
We'd have to be a little more specific probably in our policy. For example, if it comes back that somebody
Where you draw the line,
has
is what
10
we-
speeding tickets,
Yeah, that's right.
or something like that.
That's where you draw the line.
Maybe saying, not looking at the person, but looking at the offense, anyone with a felony background or with,
Like a crime moral turpitude,
Moral
right, like a
turpitude.
theft.
Yeah, it's got
or-
to all that.
So I
Yes.
would think, again, not, we'll cross that bridge when we get there, but yeah, maybe a felony and crime moral turpitude that keeps you from being on a jury or things
Yes.
like that.
Yes.
You could just kind of cross that over and
yes,
cover the crimes that you probably would
yes,
want to cover.
yes, yes. Since you know all that, you'll help us with that
Gotcha.
policy, I
Yeah.
know. Okay, all right. Okay. So did we have a motion and a second? Did we vote? All in favor, aye? Aye. Okay. Number 13, leave of legacy. Okay. Number 14, discuss the cost of living for retirees. We've been getting some information from the TCDRS, and here we go. We did get a list of people that are retirees or beneficiaries, and the total of the members and beneficiaries is 137 that are receiving retirement, which is a lot more than what I realized. 137. And we can do this by percentage of increase. We could once we decide what that percentage is, we can decide if we want to pay a lump sum up front, or if we just want it to increase our percentage that we're now paying on our regular employees and the retirement that we, retirees that we're now paying for. And I think our percentage is about 12 this year, is that right? Because we were, at one time, we were like 18, and then it went down that we paid, I'm saying, for everybody, we paid 18% of the payroll, but that included what we were, that percentage included what was being covering the people that are on retirement. And so we were at like 18 point something percent, went down to 16 and 14, and we're at 12 something now.
Yeah, for the
And-
coming year.
So I guess if, the thing we'll first need to do is just have to determine what percentage that we think that we can, raise it to. And we don't know exactly how much our percentage is gonna be. I know if we do 1%, that costs about 20,000 a year. Is that kind of the way we're remembering it?
It was from every percentage, it was a $20,000
About
difference.
20,000. So if we did 1% this year, 1% next year, 1% the next year, you know, if we just get a plan of increasing it.
That one thing we talked about last time on the 3%, didn't that run the total up to like
If we wanted to pay it, it would be $690,000.
That was at 3% the max.
Yeah, if we did 3%.
So
But,
versus the 1%, 230,000 essentially.
Right. I just didn't want to mislead people that the 20,000 was it. That's just the
that's
increase.
per year.
Right.
And it's a 15-year, the way they call it. So if it's 20,000 and that's for 15 years, then it increases for 15 years, 20,000. I'll explain things very good sometimes. I think we can say that we're certainly going to address it some way this year. Is that right? In the budget, we are gonna start putting it in.
And do it in a fashion that we're looking this year for sure, with the intentions of the next two, to keep it positive for the retirees.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, and is there anything you need from us to help you, or?
She wants to know if there's anything
I don't know what
else
I
we need from them.
I don't think so. We've been trying to get all our information that we could from the PCDRS, and I think talking about it now, I'm confident that we're going to address it. I just don't know exactly how right now. We're trying to work out the figures.
Just touching base.
Yeah.
No pressure, I mean,
Yeah.
hope you don't mind me coming here and just, because I'm not being nosy, I want to just
Sure.
Sure.
catch up.
Sure.
Appreciate it, thank you.
You can come every time. We're glad to have you.
I just might do that.
And your visitor too. Yeah.
That's my boss.
Yeah. But I guess, thinking about, are we gonna do an upfront? This year, we could do, a lump sum. But this year, we could do
We could hold off on
the
that.
percentage,
We
and
got
then
so
we
much
could go
looking at
to
this.
next year and talk about it again and see if we want it. You know, this is not the first time we talked about this. It's been a while, but we really tried at one time when Kay was here. If we would make a lump sum payment, then that would reduce our percentage that we pay every year. And that's another unfunded liability that, would be a plus for us. But if we wanted to do a raise this year, the amount of the raise this year, and then next year be looking at, would we want to do a lump sum and do a 1% or 2 or 3 or whatever, but kind of to just get it rolling. And
I'd definitely be for 1% and look at, there are some additional tax base that we see
Mhm.
Maybe.
coming. And I think
Yeah.
that came in, that lump sum will make sense.
Yeah.
Actually save us some money.
Okay. All right, well, we'll keep working toward that. I think we've got a pretty good commitment right now, and when do we have to let them know? Now, this will start in January, so we need to let them know
We need to have a decision by December 1st.
before December 1st, so it will be put into place in January, because theirs is a calendar year. Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Item
y'all.
number 15 is the interlocal agreement between the Regional Public Defender's Office, local corporation, and Freestone County. We pay this every year. And the public defender, that's for capital cases. We have had to use them and possibly will in the future. And the amount did not change. I believe it was $14,299. And for what they've done for us, that's very reasonable amount.
Yes, ma'am, I would agree with that.
We have a motion to enter into the interlocal agreement. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, aye. Any opposed, none. Motion carried. Item number 16 is to select the salary grievance committee. Do you have your... First thing we're going to talk about is There are 9 people that are on the salary grievance board. It can be 6 elected officials and 3 individuals, or it can be 9 individuals. And I think before, we almost always use the elected officials and the 3 individuals. And those are people that are drawn out of the pool of people that were on the grand jury
So
the year past.
I would like to make a motion that we go with the elected officials and 3 from the public that would serve on the grievance committee.
Okay.
And we're gonna have to draw several names, because the reason we went back to this was because we couldn't get anybody really want to be on it. I mean,
We can't even hardly get 3.
we could, yeah,
That'll be on it much
so it's gonna be hard to do, but I think that's the best way to do it, and that way the decision's up to you.
That was a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
All right.
You
I
want
think that just, that's the way y'all go now, which I think is really a good way to go, because at least the elected officials kind of understand the dynamic of what the salary ranges normally are, you see what I mean? You kind of bring in citizens, it's very hard for them to get up to speed completely about how things normally work, so.
And then the county attorney, you need to chair that.
I believe he is. That changed.
I am on it, but I don't take a leadership role, I don't believe.
All right. So we will draw.
Melanie Cox, Freedom, Texas,
What number?
4.
4?
And who was that?
Melody Coxwell. Number 1, Cynthia Collins, Dig, Texas. Number 8, Terry Gentry, Fairfield, Texas. Roberta Bonner, Fairfield, Texas.
What number is that?
Number 16. Number 3, Ripon, R-Y-P-I-N.
Rippon.
Ripon,
Roger.
Roger, Worth, Texas. Ripon, what?
Rippin.
Randy's boy.
The Rippin Roger.
Ken Roy.
Huh?
Ken Roy.
Judge, how many names do we want to draw to send out letters to?
At least 9.
Yeah, I'd triple it.
9.
If
Okay.
not quadruple.
Because we usually end up having to send out more.
Yes, we do. Let's just send out for the whole 9. And
Okay.
then we'll take them in order though, of what they were drawn, the first 3. But,
We
Okay.
go ahead and draw 3 others now for all, I mean, just save us having to come back.
well, we only need 3, so if we draw 9,
Yeah.
will that be enough?
I don't know, y'all tell me.
It wasn't last year. We ended up having to send out
You did those?
another
We
group.
need to
Did
take
we
Bobby
send out
off.
more than 9?
This man was more like 15.
Let's do 12 then, let's do 12.
We need to
Okay.
take Bobby off, because I'm not gonna let her be on.
Conflict.
Number 15.
Okay, that was number 6. Okay,
Savannah Judd, my head picture.
all right.
Number 23, Carol Chadwick, Carol Hardwick, 3rd, Fairfield, Texas.
Okay. 7.
Toya Washington, Fairfield, Texas. Number 21, I'm sorry.
So,
Sheila Sterling. Fairfield. 17, Catherine Shea. Fairfield.
That's 10, 2 more.
Donna Crowe.
When did we say we would
Number two.
start the,
Key.
I'm waiting on Leslie to come back.
Number 20,
Waiting on Leslie to come back with the numbers for May and 12 contractor.
Now, according to this letter, the officials, the 6 elected officials are sheriff, tax assessor, collector, treasurer, county clerk, district clerk, and county attorney. So Bobby would not be in conflict of interest since you're not on there, right?
well, unless he files a grievance.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Might be a conflict.
well, that's my attorney friend.
Another conflict.
I don't want a conflict.
Whatever y'all think.
I would think that's probably correct, that we would not want to put her on that list, just to be,
I would agree with that. I don't think there's any reason we have to go in exact order of the way we drew. You know what I mean? I think we can easily just skip over that, and that'd be probably for the
Do you want
best.
to draw one more?
Yeah, draw one more.
Number 6, Catherine Weaver. Chief Texas.
All righty.
we have a motion to approve the selection and to send notices.
Make that motion.
So,
All in favor, aye. Motion carries. Item number 17 is the Techstar and Logic approval on the investment policy.
Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
Your Honor, Commissioners, good to see you guys again.
Thank you.
Super special thank you to Mandy. She's been sensational to work with. I know I've seen you guys a couple of times. We've had a couple obstacles, whether it be treasury changes or waiting on some bills to pass, or more accurately, not pass. So super excited to be on the agenda today. Quick refresher for you guys, just what Techstar and Logic are. Local government investment pools, best way to describe that is essentially a high yield savings account that only governmental entities can use. So cities, counties, school districts, 3 things in order of importance to note. First and foremost is preservation of capital, right? These are taxpayer funds, not a penny of principal can ever be lost. It's actually backed by the full faith and credit of the U.S. government, Techstar is, because it only holds U.S. treasuries, agencies, and repurchase agreements. Both pools adhere to the Public Funds Investment Act of Texas, which of course is the Bible for all public funds investments. It's 100% liquid. As long as we get your order, put money in, take money out before 4 o'clock Central, you'll have it in your checking account that same day, actually within an hour. And you know, I do like to know that inflation is very much still present in our economy. It does present certain challenges in certain aspects of our lives. The good thing is, though, when we're talking about investing public funds, which are only allowed to be invested in fixed income, it's a really, really great time. The risk-free rate, or the Fed funds rate right now, is 4.3%. There should not be a reason that even a penny or a basis point less is being earned. So Techstar right now is paying 4.31, Logic is paying 4.41. My territory specifically is East Texas. I would say 70 to 80% of all counties in East Texas utilize us. And for an even warmer referral, Fairfield ISD has been one of our long-standing clients, and they hold a very sizable portion of their funds with us as well. I think it would be great for diversification, great for yield, and lastly, there's no minimum balances, there's no funding requirements. Again, this is specifically a tool that's created for counties like y'all to maximize as much yield as we can.
in and out, pretty simple, put it in, get it out.
Very simple. It's up to you guys if you want to do a phone call or you can just do a click online with the account.
So 4 p.m., get it that day.
Yes. It's a very buzzword in our industry. Actually, kind of random, but there's a state, I think it's North Carolina maybe, that they're trying to approve that their governmental entities can invest a portion of their monies in crypto, which I think is ridiculous, but maybe I'm a little classical.
I don't think we should, none of us are brokers here.
What is our senior commitment?
What is our what?
Senior commissioner, what do you?
Senior.
We'll go with wherever y'all think.
Who else do we have on there? We have tech school and what else?
I believe it's just tech school. Between tech school and all of our certificates of deposit. Tech class.
But text class, is that something we're not currently using?
Not currently using.
No, we approved it. We don't ever use it.
Revision.
What is text pool paying right now?
It's paying a basis point under Texas Star. And Logic is actually paying a little bit higher than their prime pool. And then Texas Class is below those, fairly severely actually. And then just if you guys are comparing and contrasting us with Tex Pool, I would say the two biggest differences, because the rates are going to be fairly similar, they can only hold treasuries and agencies, right? The two biggest differences are their cutoff is actually 3 o'clock central to get your funds back into your checking account. And then honestly, from what I hear at least, their interface is very clunky, very hard to use. And the last thing is, I just feel like we have a better customer service. We're a more boutique firm, whereas they have a call center. You guys will obviously always have access to me, but our operations team is just Ruby and Daisy. So whoever is doing the money movement, they'll know exactly who they're talking to every time. And then Ruby or Daisy will know y'all's representative, how you guys like to operate as well.
The treasurer recommend to take text class off?
I mean, I've never used it. I know I would use TechStar before I use text class.
I don't know why we can't approve it.
I don't know it.
Let them should.
Yeah, just, I mean, we have all, this gives us other options, I mean, another good option.
The motion?
I make that motion.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, sir.
Motion carried. Number 19 is to approve the extended service agreement for the money counting machine.
There is.
Yes, this is just a relatively simple, straightforward contract for a service agreement. Our office is buying a cash counting machine. We had one for Citizens Bank that was theirs, that was in our office, used it daily. But since the bank changed, we hadn't had one, so we're getting one, and it come highly recommended with all the moving parts in these things and the technology and electronics to get a service contract. So this is a one-year contract. It automatically renews unless one party gives the other 30 days notice. $315 for the year. And for what it's worth, he came down $80 off their normal rates to match a competitor that I pointed out.
What
So,
I really liked about it was that if, you know, when people are reviewing TV and you run it through it right then, you know if one of the bills is no good, right then.
yes, it's convenience for counting, but also it's a discriminator. So it's supposed to have all the latest correct technology to pick up any kind of, you can't really call it counterfeit until the Secret Service determines that, but suspicious bills will be kicked out. And so at the time of, say somebody wanted to make a large cash payment, we could check right then that the money's good. So it's a really must-have for our office, but this is just for the agreement, service agreement for a year.
Make a motion.
All in favor, aye?
Thank you.
Motion carried, thank you. Discuss and approve the scope of work, database maintenance for E911. This is just something that we have to sign for Hot Dog because of our equipment and use of it by Commission on State Emergency Communications. And there's page 10 and 11 that tell you what those requirements are.
Who is our database maintenance coordinator currently? Number one, or we have to appoint a database?
Well, yes, that is a question right there. Who is the database maintenance coordinator? Sheriff?
For dispatch, what is E911? What is that?
All right, it says, this is from Hot Dog and
Oh, so,
Christine Hill, and it says you, attached you will find the scope of work and attachment to the interlocal agreement for the database maintenance services for the biennium September 1st, 2025 to August 31st, 2027. The scope of work outlines the responsibilities of the county
okay.
in terms of providing database maintenance services to citizens of Freestone County. And then some more stuff.
Yes, that's just a hot call. That's who comes in and sets up our emergency 911 systems, and they take care of it. We don't ever take care of anything. We just report back to them, and they send somebody over here to handle it, or they fix it from where they're at.
Well, I think the way I read this, the local government agrees to provide, that would be us, and maintain database maintenance functions in return for funding through RPC and the Commission on State Emergency Communications. The following provisions describe the responsibilities of the local government providing database maintenance services. And so I think we have to appoint a database maintenance coordinator.
Yeah.
That's the way I read that.
Is that, because I do the 911 reporting for the maintenance work that's done.
So you need my copy?
I'm gonna pass it right on over there to her, and she and the sheriff can talk about it. But that's
You have
the
mine
way
too.
that it looks to me, and
Yeah, hot call usually takes care of everything. They've always taken care of that whole entire system.
Which one did we get a copy? Still on there, the sheriff.
Oh, is that on the addresses?
Well, that's what it says, so I wonder if it's not.
Oh.
I think it's me.
Well, if that's the 911 addresses, that don't have anything to do with me.
Steve.
Steve does 911 address.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's probably the one in charge of that then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I just do the reporting.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because it says.
Wait, show up.
It's just a,
It's him.
Yeah, that's what it is. This is a Steve Black
That's what it is.
function.
Last year we were really doing it.
I was like, no, no, no.